Oh my goodness. Hello. So I've got 3 rapid fire lessons that I've learned since I've joined the YouTube community. Are you ready to hear it? Lesson number 1. Ladies, if you're going to wear a very pretty dark shade of lipstick throughout all of your filming, make sure that you check your takes every time to make sure that you don't have lipstick on your teeth. Oh man, my last video, I had to delete so much footage, stuff I was really proud about, and it still hurts. Thing number 2, mise en scène. Trying to figure out how to cut scenes where they're not the same angle every time. And a plethora of other things. My microphone will go out, phone storage fills up, so I have to go through and back up photographs. Is a delight. Oh, and I've already got schmutz on my dress for my brand new mascara. Hey, it's all for the sake of learning, and this is how you get good at things in life. Jump into something for the first thing, just know that even though you're not perfect, you really shouldn't strive for perfection, because all of these things that come up along the journey, that's really what's so fun about it, is you get to learn from your mistakes, and you get better and better over time. I say cheers to that. Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Jordan, and I am a aesthetic brand designer. What I do in my series that I call Make It Aesthetic. We explore logo redesigns, or I will take entire concepts and show you some behind the scenes of how I craft my aesthetic template bundles that I put available on my Etsy shop. And our last episode, we delved into an aesthetic that I had been carrying around with me forever, and I decided to name it Dark Glamour. But today's episode, it's going to be very different, and it's also going to be a little special. Request came to me through a client of mine. She is a yoga instructor, and she gave me the best design challenge that I've had in a hot minute. She asked if I would be willing to create a bar yoga template bundle, but do it through the lens of Alice in Wonderland. Ooh. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Bar yoga meets Alice in Wonderland. Immediately jumped on that. Yes. I see you, client. I see you. Beautiful. I love it. Something I've come to love about myself over the years is I have an obsession for blending a miscellaneous array of things into one cohesive project. I think if you were to look inside my head, you would see a magpie's nest of super shiny, sparkly, pretty things. It would be utter chaos. But that's how I roll. None of it makes sense until it does, right? So with this bar yoga, imagined through the lens of Alice in Wonderland, this was really fun because I had to kind of revisit an old movie that I'm familiar with. I've never read the book, but it was really fun to kind of revisit those motifs and kind of tease out some threads of how I could bridge the gap and create a very sophisticated bar yoga social media bundle, something that my client could use to really help spark engagement, help her stand out from the rest of the competition, and give her a very strong, consistent branding that was equal parts playful but also practical. Okay, so before we hop over to the design station and we delve into colors and the images and all the fun stuff, we got to break down the conventions of Alice in Wonderland to better understand how we're going to translate this super fun, whimsical, kind of fantastical realm for a bar yoga social media bundle. What are some immediate things that come to mind? We've got her blue dress and her white pinafore. We've got the suit of playing cards. We have the Queen of Hearts. We have, let's see what else, the Cheshire Cat. of course, the tea party, right? The Mad Hatter, Tweedledee and Tweedledum, so twins. And then, oh, of course, the flowers, right? That's really what I remember from at least the Disney rendition of Alice in Wonderland was the flowers with the faces. So there's a lot to work with this, right? So we've got flower imagery that we can play on. I also like the idea of doing kind of like a chessboard repeat pattern, or maybe playing with some repeat patterns or icons of the different suits in a deck of cards. I also really like the idea of maybe reclaiming the Queen of Hearts. I think she would be a fun opportunity to reclaim and make a little bit more modern and fresh and fun and spunky. And also, I kind of like the idea of seeing if I can find some images of actual women doing yoga poses that are kind of colored and styled as Alice. So I'm just going to put that thought into the ether. We'll see if it materializes. Yoga assets are predominantly pastel. They feature a lot of images in yoga studios, and I would probably want to go for more like gardens, lawns, maybe scenes on a beach or in sand. So who knows, maybe I'll get lucky. Kind of the fun of it is you end up having to hunt and see if you can realize the concept in action. So with that being said, we kind of got a loose parameter of what we're going to be searching for. So why don't we hop over to the computer and I'll show you some behind the scenes of how I'm going to do the color palette and some of the images that I'm going to find from my favorite royalty-free websites. All right, let's do this, you guys. Taking my drink with me. We've got that. Gotta make it cozy. Cozy design corner. All right, my sweets. You ready to resume position? All right, so I did get some instructions from the client. She is requesting a color palette of pinks, blues, and browns. So let's see what we can come up with. Okay, so I know what you're thinking. Ugh, pinks and browns, isn't that just as bad as purple and green? But actually, there are some really fun opportunities here. I'm going to lean into some French Rococo powder blues and powder pinks to get started. And then to finish it out with a really nice complementary brown, sienna. And voila! Here's the color palette I've decided on. I really love the play of the blue, the pink, and the brown. I think it's very playful, it's very airy, it's very fantastical, but also very clean. And I don't think we're in any issues of it aging or being too overexposed. And if you look to the right of my screen, you'll notice that I think I found Alice. I found the yogified Alice. Isn't she beautiful? This is a photograph taken by Jaspinger Singh, which I found on Unsplash, and she's perfect. I love everything from the blue of her embroidered top. I love the soft surrounding of the sand and the rock. And yeah, if this was a ballet, this would be my Alice. Or if this was a Broadway production of yoga, bar yoga, as performance art, this would be Alice. I'm so happy I found her. After a couple days of combing the internet for the absolute perfect royalty-free images, I came out with this collection that I am just so excited to use. The blues, the pinks, the soft, very clean, minimalist yoga photography. It is perfect. And then another really exciting find that I found in an archive are these gorgeous hand-blown glass flowers that came out of paperweights, and they were made by an artist by the name of Compagnie de Saint-Louis, I believe is how you pronounce it. And look how beautiful they pair with my leading lady, Alice. We've got that sienna that's pulled out of her top. It's also echoed in the flowers, the blues. I mean, oh my gosh, this couldn't be any more perfect. I'm so happy I cannot believe that that came together as perfectly as it did. I am so hippie. Exactly what I wanted. A yogified Alice in her garden of perfect flowers. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm so happy. Okay, so we have our colors, we have our imagery, we have some of the graphics picked out, but there's still some things yet to explore. So for instance, let's look into some iconography. Remember how I was saying I wanted to reclaim the Queen of Hearts? I think this would be a good opportunity to do that. Let's see if we can build a logo aesthetic for this template bundle using the Queen of Hearts. So I have a couple of illustrations from Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland, and just looking up a brief synopsis on the Queen of Hearts, I have: the Queen of Hearts is childish, foul-tempered monarch whom Lewis Carroll himself describes as a blind fury. So looking at these illustrations, I would say the artist did her justice. But for my purposes, I think I'm going to reclaim some of her cool-headedness and try to find something fun for a logo. So let's see what I can come up with. So I really like this image of the Queen of Spades that I found in an archive, and I am going to base the logo off of this image, but recreate the Queen of Hearts. So over off to the right here, you can see that I have the playing card outline, and then I did find a really cute icon of the Queen of Hearts in Canva, which is free. So if you have a free Canva subscription, you'll be able to find it if you search Queen in graphics. And then I used the hearts, Y for yoga, and then carried it over to 2 other secondary logos. And then for the font, I wanted something that was equal parts quirky, but also elegant, kind of royalistic. So I have some font choices here. And then for iconography, I did pull the suits from playing cards, as well as some really cute crown motifs. And I also did find some repeat patterns. It's not really checkerboard repeat pattern, it's more of a diamond, but definitely fits this whole aesthetic of powder pinks and blues. So I'm happy with this. Okay, so this is the part where I'm going to break away and I'm going to tinker behind the scenes, but you are going to see the grand reveal. I'll see you on the other side. That's a wrap. Amelie. I had so much fun with this project. Sonia Marie, if you're watching this, thank you so much for the suggestion and for allowing me to carry it in my Etsy shop. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe and follow me for more aesthetic brand content. Right now, I'm really working on my Make It Aesthetic series as I'm learning how to produce my own videos with all of the editing, the design work, of course, talking to the camera. But yeah, Any feedback is greatly appreciated. If you're someone who is in the market for aesthetic branded social media templates, I do carry everything that I feature on my YouTube channel on my Etsy store. And if you are in need of aesthetic branding services, I also offer that on my Etsy shop. So I highly recommend checking it out. If you guys have any questions or any suggestions for future videos, please let me know. If you want me to teach you some very specific things, I can always delve into that. For now, I'm just enjoying taking you along the ride on my wild, wild projects. Anyways, I will see you next time. Wait, I'm missing my opportunity here. I gotta do the influencer blackout. Okay, ready? We're gonna do it together.